a quem se ama. Muita calma pra pensar e ter tempo pra sonhar.
Welcome back, Coffee Breakers. I'm Candace, and this is Coffee Break with Candace, coming to you from Austin, Texas. I have a very special guest with me today. Every guest is special, but this guest is super special. She is superb. She is a singer-songwriter from Brazil, currently living in Austin, and she also plans to tour this fall. Mm-hmm. Okay, this fall. I had to make sure. So if she's coming your way, you need to check her out. She's pretty amazing. Please welcome with me Paula Maya. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. We're so excited. I'm on my second cup of coffee, so I'm extra excited today. Oh my gosh, it's going to be all right.
It's probably my third.
There's a party that's about to happen, you guys, I'm just saying. So first of all, and this question is important to me, I ask every guest, how is the coffee?
It's great.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I like it.
You feel good about it?
I feel good.
I
feel good.
So the $10 budget we have, we will continue to invest in the coffee. I think that just makes the most sense. So anyway, thank you for being here. So much fun doing.
Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, you're welcome. So much fun doing Corcovado with you. That was just a cool song. Do you know the origins of that song by chance?
Well, Tom Jobim wrote that song.
Uh-huh.
Tom Jobim being the composer of Girl from Ipanema, for those who have heard that song. And Corcovado is the Christ in Rio, you know, the statue, the biggest statue of Christ. That's what Corcovado is.
Oh,
so
wow.
You know, it's a romantic song, like most Tom Jobim tunes, talking either of love or nature. Mm-hmm. And it talks about singing Corcovado and playing guitar and things like that.
Oh, cool. I'm sorry, but I was not aware.
And he's from Rio, where I'm from, Rio de Janeiro.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
So what was it like growing up in Rio de Janeiro?
It was pretty fascinating. A lot of great things and a lot of not so great things. I mean, it's a very big city. And, like every big city, there's a lot of violence and a lot of things that you need to be aware, but also it's a gorgeous city. You know? But it's funny because when I actually moved out of there in 1993 is really when you start to appreciate,
Oh, yeah.
You know, the old saying, when you don't have it, that's when you appreciate it. That's when I really started appreciating how gorgeous that city is.
Oh, wow.
It's very pretty. Mm-hmm. You know, the ocean everywhere. We have cascades in the middle of the city, in the mountain. You can go up the mountain, there's a little cascade there, there's parks.
That's nice. So when did you move from there to the United States?
In 1993. Mm-hmm. That's when I moved. I moved to Houston. My best friend was living in Houston at the time, and she really wanted me to come, and so I went to Houston. I stayed there 4 months.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was a big shock because
I bet.
Houston, Houstonians. I love the music in Houston, gorgeous. But if you compare, I know you're not supposed to compare, but you come from Rio, go to Houston, it's a shock. Uh-huh. So then I was there for 4 months and moved to Seattle, which is a gorgeous place as well. Uh-huh. And stayed in Seattle for 17 years.
Oh my goodness. So now that's really interesting to come from a country where you were raised, all your family's there. Yeah. You moved to Houston and you go, oh, I'm moving to Seattle. Now how does that happen?
It was crazy. I mean, it was...
Tell us about your crazy.
It was insanity.
Because we want to know about the crazy.
Well, I actually started dating this guy in Houston, and we actually ended up being married for 5 years, and we drove to Seattle in a big U-Haul truck.
Oh my gosh.
Like those big ones. Uh-huh. Pulling his Nissan truck. Uh-huh. And I was absolutely terrified because we went through the Grand Canyon and everything, but we were on Highway 1. Oh my God. I thought we were going to die, because it's like, it seems really treacherous.
Uh-huh. In the big U-Haul with the Nissan.
Yeah, and pulling that. Oh my God, I was terrified. But we got there. So it was an adventure. I actually have a song, it's an instrumental piece. It's called From Houston to Seattle.
Oh, wow.
I've never performed as yet, so
really?
Maybe one day.
For sentimental reasons, or?
No, just because I have several songs that have never been performed. You know, just I write a lot, and you know, depending on. I actually had a rock band in Seattle.
Oh my gosh, did you really?
Yeah.
Now, how did that happen? How did that come about?
Well, I mean, it started more as a world pop and kind of slowly went to rock. Well, my drummer was Ben Smith, who plays with Heart, you know, the famous Heart band. And
that's awesome.
Most of my records. Awesome drummer. But, you know, he's not just a rock drummer. He's probably the best drummer I've ever played, but okay, one of the best.
You're like, I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to offend anybody.
It's so hard.
Okay,
it's so
Joe.
hard.
But I mean, and then guitar player Pat Hewitt also more like rock and blues. So you know, you end up being influenced by the people that you're playing with.
Oh, of course.
And
absolutely.
Seattle is very rock oriented.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You know, but when 1993 Nirvana was still alive. I mean, Kurt Cobain was still alive and Nirvana was still performing. So there was that whole thing with grunge.
Oh, okay.
And I want to, you know, I just wanted to get. I've never been the kind of person I like to say tribal. I've never been one to go and find the Brazilians and stick with them. You know, I've always been the opposite. I've always wanted to mix with other people. You know, see. You know, I love. Well, I played in the African music scene there a lot.
Oh wow! Okay.
So I played a lot of African
So there's a
music.
Scene of music there.
Oh, there's a huge scene of reggae. I played a lot of reggae, a lot of African music, and then of course I also co-hosted a radio show there of Brazilian music for 12 years.
Oh, that's interesting. And how did you get into that?
Well, Sonia Pani, who is from Bangladesh. But knows perfect Portuguese, you know, she sings beautifully, and she had a Brazilian band, and she already did the show for about 9 years, and I was her guest because I had some great vinyls with recordings from the beginning of last century. It's weird to say last century, but from 1917 and things. So, you know, she had me as a guest to play the recordings, and she kind of said like, well, you know, by the way, my co-host is leaving to Portland. If you know anybody, you know, or if you're interested, I thought, wow, I never thought about being a DJ, you know. So
that is awesome.
So I got interested and became her co-host. But at first, you know, I got some hate calls because she was very traditional in the music that she was playing, a lot of bossa nova and things like that. And I started bringing the Brazilian rock and things like that. And at first, people just, this is not Brazilian music. But then, you know, they loved it. So that was cool. That was a great experience. That was at KBCS 91.3 FM. And they're still there. And the show still goes on.
Oh, really? Is she still a part of the show?
She is still a part. It's called Raízes. So it's been going on now for more than 20 years.
Oh, wow. That is really
cool. And she did a lot for the Brazilian community. In Seattle.
Did she really?
Yeah,
wow.
She definitely deserves a lot of credit for that.
Wow. So you were Houston, Seattle. So how'd you end up in Austin?
Well, Austin, I was already coming to Austin when I lived in Seattle, probably since about 2003 or so, you know, mostly to perform at South by Southwest.
Oh, okay, sure.
And I always thought about Austin to move, but never really decided. So in 2010, when I was finishing my record, The 12, before my latest one, Lumina, this music producer that lived in Connecticut saw a video of me playing the keyboard like this, which was actually more slanted than it is now, and he thought it was really cool, and he helped me finish my CD, which I had a horrible experience with my producer in Seattle. I lost a bunch of money, and he basically left me with just the skeleton of a CD. Yeah. So I went to Connecticut for a week, and we recorded 100 vocal tracks in a week.
Oh my gosh!
And he was like, "Oh, you should move to the East Coast. You know, it's so much better." So I was already tired of the weather in Seattle, right? So I decided to move to Connecticut in January of 2011, which was their worst winter on record. And I was in the basement of his house, and man, it was 35 below zero.
Oh my gosh.
And it was
insane.
miserable. It was miserable. So that didn't work. I mean, I moved all my stuff there, and it took over a month for the stuff to arrive because of all the snowstorm,
Oh my
right?
gosh, yeah. I bet you missed the rain a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, well, I thought Seattle was bad. So then came South by Southwest, and my birthday is also in March, so I'm like, I'm going to Austin. And I came to Austin for South by Southwest, and my family was really trying to get me to move back to Brazil at that point.
Oh, wow.
And I started thinking, what am I doing here,
Mm-hmm.
So, so what I did is, I was renting this room from a friend here, and really, I bought a ticket to Brazil to leave, I think it was the end of April, to catch my sister's birthday in Rio, which is May 1st, and I got a ticket to stay in Rio for about 11 months.
Oh, wow.
And basically decide, I'm gonna restart my life there and decide. But then I met Robert 15 days before I left.
Oh my gosh. Talk about timing.
I know. So
that's awesome.
We met at the Old Sellers Festival.
Mm-hmm.
I was helping with hospitality there. So we decided to keep it going via Skype.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
The age of Skype, and after 3.5 months, I came back.
So you didn't stay the other
I didn't stay. No, I changed my ticket, and I said, "Well, I'm not gonna restart my life here to move away." So I came back, and ended up going to Connecticut a year later. I had put my stuff on storage.
Okay.
Because the basement had flooded after the snow.
You have had some serious adventures. What the heck?
Oh my God, it was crazy. Anyway, I'm not gonna even get into details, but yeah, so into more details already. Anyway, so Robert went with us, and in a week, about 9 days, we went to Connecticut and came back with all the stuff.
Oh wow!
Which wasn't. I didn't have any furniture at that point. You move so much that you don't keep a whole lot.
Sure.
So that's how I ended up in Austin permanently. And I like Austin. I love Austin. It's changing a lot, as you know.
Yeah, it is.
It's growing a lot, but it's still pretty cool.
Traffic is horrible, people. You don't need
don't move here.
Yes, it's horrible.
But great musicians, and I love them.
Yes, great musicians, great people. Like, this is just a town to me that I've been in situations. For instance, I had a flat one time, and I mean, these two guys came over, put my spare on for me, just, I said thank you. I mean, that was all that they needed. I mean, people, to me, here in a city this size, still act like it has a small town feel to me, because people are still good people that want to help each other, and I like that. Yeah. So, and like you said, we have an incredible wealth of talented musicians.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you can go out every night of the week and see a great band.
Oh, I agree. I completely agree.
So that's good. I like that a lot. So I'm glad I'm here.
Oh, well, and we're glad you're here too. Yes. And so I know you're also planning a tour this fall. How's everything going with that?
Yeah, for October. So, it's just keep growing in Texas. I've been playing in El Paso a few times. I have a show there in July. And Dallas, actually, I've never got to Dallas. So Dallas, and I would love to play New Orleans. I love New Orleans. So, just kind of like, probably not too far, from here. I mean, I played a lot in the Northwest when I lived in Seattle. So just kind of growing organically, probably get to Nashville. I have a friend that moved from Seattle, is living there too. And so, but it's good to concentrate, it's like, because there's so much work, as you probably know, to book a tour.
Yeah. So we'll be able to check your website, and you'll keep it updated.
Yeah, paulamaya.com.
Okay.
PAULAMAYA.
Awesome. And then tell us about your current album.
So the new album, I moved out of Seattle, and I spent a longer time in Brazil than I had ever since I had moved out of there. And I really wanted to kind of reconnect, with my roots, the rhythms, the Portuguese. So I wrote the songs. There's one cover, it's Tarde em Itapuã, which is a bossa nova that I wanted to do. And so that's how that album came about, and it was with my Austin band. And we recorded, and I'm really happy with it. It had it was really great. The acceptance was really great. Everybody loves it. So that was really nice, you know, to kind of have an album that I'm singing in Portuguese. You know?
Yeah.
I'm Brazilian. So
yeah.
It's nice to have something.
Yeah. So tell me, is there anything else about Paula Maya that you want us to know today?
I think just remember that it's okay to be still.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay to be still and not have a million thoughts in your head. You know, just sit still in nature and listen to the birds, and it's okay to have your own voice. You know, we don't all need to be famous or have our faces everywhere. You know, and it's okay to be compassionate. You know, and the world needs more understanding, more compassion, so we don't destroy ourselves.
Yeah. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Again, this is Coffee Break with Candace. I was with Paula Maya. You can check her out at paulamaya.com, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Check her out. She'll be on tour this fall. Check out her latest album.
Illumina. It's called Illumina. It's on iTunes. It's everywhere. Amazon, CD Baby, and my website.
Awesome. So thank you guys for tuning in this week. If you're interested in taking another coffee break with me, I'll be here next week, I promise. Love you guys. See you next time.